Hello, this is Celeste of Astrology by Celeste. Yes, it is on this beautiful, you know what? I need to change my decks. Hold on. Oh, never mind. I was going to change the deck, but I got back. This day has just been a calamity, all around calamity, a minor calamity okay, so I came to do my program earlier and Instagram was down on the day that Mercury retrograde. Is this the day Mercury retrograde sextiles Venus? Is that tomorrow or today? Let's see here. Wednesday. Okay, it's within a degree of, so first Mercury retrograde sextiling Venus in Aquarius. So Venus in Aquarius, this community place where we, are talking online and people use social media for entertainment and whatnot. So anyway, Instagram went down. Yeah, and I was going to change my deck because Venus is talking so prominently to a deck that's about Venus. But anyway, I couldn't find it fast enough. So we're just going to use this amazing deck I am absolutely loving called Voice of the Souls Oracle by Isabel Surf. This is going to be the deck that we use for the Oracle part of the Astro and the Oracle program. And I love this because you get a 3-card reading when you use it for yourself. And I've been using it for myself and clients, and it's going really, really, it's so good. Where you do this 3-card reading, you get one from what does your higher self want you to know? And the next one is about what do your spirit guides want you to know? And then the next one is called the entity. And this could be somebody, you don't know who it is, although people typically, oh my God, that's my grandmother. Oh my God, that's blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that is sending you some kind of message. So anyway, maybe someone your soul's traveled with, someone blah, blah, blah. So I love this deck. It is amazing. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? Let's see. Hey, Patty. Hey, Lori. Mopazzle. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Lizzie. So good to see everyone. Okay, yes, I'm so glad. Hey, Wendy Gal, that Instagram is back up because there's so much going on. Why don't we first talk about, Pluto in Aquarius is here, and Luigi Mangione, the man who assassinated the CEO of the healthcare company, is like Pluto in Aquarius is here. It's in the United States. And I want to just take a step back and talk about the bigger picture of it. Now, I don't condone violence and killing people, but this is not but anything, I don't really, yes, the healthcare companies are horrendous and all this and what have you. Let's just say I don't condone violence is my statement that I am going to be saying, just because I think that's for the best. Catherine said, free Luigi. Oh my God. He is an anti-hero, a folk hero, and all this kind of stuff. And the timing of this emerging is so fascinating. And I might do a video on YouTube delving into his chart when I have time because it's really interesting. But the bigger picture talking about what is going on here. And one of the things, when he killed the CEO, Mercury was retrograde, and it was 2 days before Mars went retrograde. And I knew this Mars retrograde, and all astrologers have been really wondering how this Mars retrograde was going to show up, especially since the double Mercury-Mars retrograde. And Mars transits come in early. So This murder is part of the Mars retrograde transit for the United States as well. And Mars stationed on the north node of the United States at 6 degrees of Leo in our 8th house. The 8th house rules death, debt, and activations there can be about natural disasters or wars as well. So we may get to those parts again. But death and debt. So, and organizations. These healthcare companies, these organizations routinely deny care to people in order to keep their shareholders rich and all of this kind of stuff. And like many people feel like they are the real killers because people die every year because they don't have access to, they can't get things approved. And with debt, medical debt is one of the biggest sources of bankruptcy in the United States. So this killing has really brought this conversation into the current and the culture. And what retrogrades do, and I love talking about this part of retrogrades, and I feel like I'm the one who said this. I have never heard it from anyone else, but maybe I'm wrong. So anyway, it doesn't matter who said it first, but it's what I think is really how they show up, is retrogrades peel the tape back so that we can see what's underneath it. See the stuff junked on when you pull back tape, it has, the lint or whatever stuff on it. And what this has done is pull back the tape of the fury of the populace about this, the corporate elites, the capitalist class, like pillaging from the people. This Pluto in Aquarius, the people are absolutely furious, and now they're speaking up about it. Mercury communicates in Sagittarius. People had a lot of jokes about this CEO being killed, about thoughts and prayers are denied, and claims are whatever. They use this language that the healthcare companies do to deny claims. And Mars retrograde, celebrating this Leo type figure, Mars and Leo type figure, this person who was murdered, this a CEO. And yeah. And in New York City, I saw today, there are wanted posters being put up for the other high-level executives at these healthcare companies. So this has really unleashed something. Louise Larson, one of my friends and a fellow astrologer, had talked about. We were texting each other about this, and anyway, she mentioned this is like the French Revolution 2.0, but located in America. This is maybe the history books will talk about how this was the shot across the bow that led to this, revolution. And next year we have Saturn going into Aries and Neptune going into Aries, and Neptune romanticizes. And Mars went retrograde on Friday, and then Neptune went direct on Saturday. And Mars in Leo, this fighter, this fighter, this warrior, this celebrity, this admired person who used violence, Neptune direct, is romanticized. Well, when Saturn and Neptune go into Aries, we may see this even more being romanticized. The Aries type energy of that vigilante person who is Saturn doing something criminal. But especially when Uranus goes into Gemini, it may be like revolutionaries are everywhere you turn, and the elites are like hiding. You think you think they have security now, Yeah, this could be a big story of what's coming forward in this Uranus and Gemini period that we're going into next year. But it might be just, kind of getting started, and people are like a lot of the elites and politicians and on the media are mortified by the fact that people are essentially celebrating the fact that this man is a vigilante and took out this CEO. And somebody at McDonald's, the person at McDonald's who called in the police about this, people are out there boycotting this McDonald's or standing outside of it. And it's got like 101-star reviews on something, Yelp or Google or what have you. Like, people are attacking McDonald's, this particular McDonald's for turning in Luigi. And McDonald's is such a Pluto at the 29th degree of Capricorn figure. I mean, we saw it. Yeah, McDonald's, like, just this corporate greed. God knows what they're putting in this meat and what have you. Like, the fries have all of this, for mild, I don't know. I don't want to say anything that gets me in trouble, but there was this whole big, polymeride yeah, they've got the stuff they put in this food is ugh. It's not high quality, healthy ingredients going into McDonald's. We had that Super Size Me movie, and we all know McDonald's is crap, I think. Yeah, okay. So, but it really feels like it represents that late stage corporate 29 degrees of Capricorn, greed at any cost, not giving a crap what you're doing to your workers, like working them senselessly in dangerous conditions potentially. And not that working for McDonald's is dangerous necessarily, but it is in some places, and not paying low wages and using crap ingredients. But, oh, your shareholders, oh, they love you kind of energy. That's what I'm seeing with this. And the fact that he got caught, I think everything is symbolic. The fact that he got caught at McDonald's is symbolic. Yeah, all of this. Let me see if there are any comments. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Manifester. Likes my red. Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's Sagittarius season, so Oh, thank you, Sylvia. Allegedly. Yeah, he allegedly killed the CEO. Thank you. But they've got his fingerprints, and I think it's there's so much that's so interesting. Yeah, the insurance companies. They're calling him the claims adjuster on it. I called him Handsome Jack, was the name I gave him. I'm so impressed. I think astrology could be used for profiling and stuff, because like my take on what he was like, well, said he was going to be Italian, was one of my thoughts, wondering would he be Italian stallion, because Sagittarius, astrology is a language. The fact that at this killing happened right after the new moon in Sagittarius, and the new moon was close to Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. So I felt like this person was going, and he's being idolized like a sun type figure. So this person was going to be the words we would be used to describe this person would be Sagittarian. And I said, like stallion, the glyph is the horse. And Sagittarius is long distance places far away. So that's where I got Italian stallion. And philosopher, and from elite, he graduated from elite institutions. So we're talking about the educational system, like Ivy League and stuff with the Sagittarius energy. And he's very, he traveled all over the place. He lived in all these different places. So there's talk about, Hawaii and this and that and the other thing. So if you read a lot of these descriptions, they're about him being very, some of the words are the archetype of Sagittarius. Now, he is a Taurus sun. We have his birth date, but not his birth time. And his sun is at 15 degrees of Taurus, conjunct Mars. So sun conjunct Mars. He is literally, he has allegedly murdered someone. And it's at 15 degrees of Taurus, and that's a world point, meaning that there can be something that you're well known about of the nature of it. So he's well known for being accused of this murder, and he has his sun opposite Chiron in Scorpio at 15 degrees. So his Chiron's at on a world point as well. And so he was injured. And so like his disability with his back problem is something we are talking a lot about him as well. So he's famous for this allegedly assassination and being injured, Chiron. And his sun falls, if you put his chart around the United States chart, in the 6th house of things that go wrong with your health. So his sun is shining on the 6th house of the United States chart. And there's all this discussion about how the healthcare system is broken in the United States. So I think that's really fascinating about this whole thing. And his Neptune's at 2 degrees of Aquarius. I was wondering if he was born with the cap stack in the 80s. He was not. He was born with Pluto in Sagittarius at 7 degrees. And this new moon was at 9 Sagittarius. So the new moon was on his Pluto, which is deeply subconscious. It unearths things. I watched this, I think Catherine, you sent it to me. It was like this great astrologer named Evan who was talking about how people with planets near Antares, and it maybe had something to do with Sagittarius as well. But Antares is at 10 degrees of Sagittarius, and talking about how they may have been involved in the Crusades in a former life, and like this man was on a crusade to make a big statement and a revolutionary statement about the healthcare companies in America. So anyway, this is very interesting, and there's a lot more to it, but I think that's good enough. Okay, the other story. Hi, Beth. Oh yeah, they found out. Okay, it's so crazy. And this is another thing. So McDonald's is that Pluto in Capricorn at the last degree. Well, Burger King posted on Twitter, "We don't snitch," right after this. So doing this like guerrilla marketing, capitalizing on the fact that a McDonald's employee, and Burger King has always been kind of like the Uranian renegade that was always, behind in sales and all this stuff from McDonald's. And I think it's pretty wild that their marketing team put that tweet out there. Yeah. We live in an upside down world. Yeah, we do. Yeah, people. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, people are furious about how. Thanks, Manifestor. Yeah, when I get out of Dodge and get to. Okay, so Luigi is a Taurus sun, and his sun is conjunct Mars. So this gives him a bit of an Aries flair, that he has Mars conjunct his sun. He's not the typical Taurus, although everybody thought, he's this calm and whatever person. And he does this right as Mars is going retrograde, so that really impacts him. He is a Virgo moon. So Virgo is a sign of health. And if you cast the chart for noon, the moon is at 21 degrees. I'm wondering if he's born in the afternoon, because if so, that lunar eclipse that we just had at 25 Pisces on September 17th would have really impacted his chart and his emotions, like may have, ooh, with the sun on his moon and him feeling like my physical body is so, because the moon is about your environment and your physical body is like your primary environment. It hurts, it's this, it's that, and getting more and more furious, and then deciding he's going to take action. Yeah, and so Venus right now is on his Neptune, and people are going on and on and on about how attractive and this and that and blah 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 they're finding him. So anyway, that's that story. But there's more to it. But yeah, reincarnated. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you push a bull too far, they charge. And he has all these spinal lower back problems. Leo rules the heart and their lower back. And we're talking about Mars retrograde in Leo. We're talking about how, one, he's a heart throb, and two, he has this lower back injury, which was part of what inspired him to take this action. Yeah. Yeah. That Mars retrograde, the bad boy, the anti-hero. Yeah. All of that stuff. And people are, clutching their hands. They don't understand. We are in this new time period, Pluto in Aquarius, where we're going to be seeing exposed the sign of the feelings of the masses and shadow energy as well, being so furious about the subjugation of people and the abuses by these big corporations that people are okay with, the executives being taken out as a statement of how atrocious their activities are. So that's what we're seeing with that. But this is fascinating. I think his trial will be during Saturn, Neptune, and Aries, where this romanticized killer is who went to extremes is being mythologized, and he'll be going through. He's a Saturn and Aries. He'll be going through his first Saturn return while he's on trial. Yeah, and he's going to be having his nodal reversal. He is a north node in Virgo, a south node in Pisces. His north node is in Virgo, a sign of health. It's like this is his destiny. This is what he is here to bring up to the collective, this discussion around the unfairness of this of this health system. Oh, you're losing me. Yeah, Wendy Gal, his ascendant is Leo when you cast the chart at noon. So this is what we as the collective kind of see him as, the noon chart. He's captured our attention with this Leo, this Leo nature. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Leo and Burger King, the crown. Absolutely, yes. Okay, let's see. Okay, the other person I want to talk about is Jay-Z, because I predicted, this is one of the things I had said, I think I talked about it on here, where I had gotten this flash that Beyonce may want a reading from me. At some point. This was back in April when I got all these downloads. But anyway, I was looking at her chart and I said, Mars, she's got her Mars and North Node right up there in the early degrees of Leo, that there is going to be a story about her in her 10th house. Her chart is rectified, but that pulls back the layer, and she's thought to be a Libra rising, which would make her husband an Aries, Aries ascendant, like, because the 7th house cusp, meaning Mars, her Mars in her chart, and her Mars is in Leo, represents her husband. And so when the tape gets pulled back, what are we going to be seeing about him? And like clockwork on Sunday, Mars went retrograde on Saturday, and I said there'd be big stories about these people in the entertainment industry who participated in these freak offs and whatnot, because Mars rules sex. Retrograde, it's like, you're hurting people. And Neptune direct, Neptune is associated with music. So those two together, I thought this would be related. We'd be hearing more about people involved in this freak off. And on Sunday, this woman amended her claim about Puff Daddy hurting her at the VMAs and added Jay-Z. So that was the story. And we'll see. He's just accused. And it's something from like 20 years ago. But once these things, once you open Pandora's box, all sorts of people keep popping out. And there's something about someone who says he's his son, and that his mom, when she got with him, was 16. And there are all these stories coming out. So Jay-Z, I'm just going to say, it's just an accusation. We don't know. Yeah, supposedly this woman was 13 at the time. Yeah. Oh, good. The energy is you're staying. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So looking at Jay-Z's chart and the timing of this whole event, what did I want to say about this? Oh, we had a solar eclipse on October 2nd at 10 Libra, and his Uranus is at 8 Libra. So he's being accused of Uranian things in a relationship Libra, doing something, where he hurt this girl. So that you can see that. And his sun is at 11 Sagittarius. To the degree Mercury is retrograde on his sun on Sunday, when this woman refiled, and Sunday was a first quarter moon, a time of action, a first quarter moon in Sagittarius. Sun in Sagittarius. Jay-Z is a sun figure in Sagittarius, square moon in Pisces. Moon is like the people. This is someone who is a run-of-the-mill person in Pisces at this music event, and she says she was assaulted. So we'll see what happens with that, but the timing is very interesting related to his chart. Okay. And if the time is right, it's a C rated. The sun rules his 12th house of secrets. So Mercury retrograde on his sun, symbolically, this secret that has to do with self-undoing coming out makes sense with the timing of her claim. Hi, Grace. Nice to see you. You can listen back and see if you can listen back. The other thing I wanted to talk about is today, that what we're having right now is Venus in Aquarius is going direct, and Mars is going retrograde in Leo. Venus rules relationships and collaborations, relationships, one-on-one stuff, our allies, and Mars attacks, and Mercury retrograde is sextile Mars, and Mercury retrograde is trine Mars and is sextile Venus. I'm sorry. Mercury's in Sagittarius retrograde. Anyway, what happened was that Donald Trump posted something. Now he's gotten in his mind that Canada's the 51st state. And now he's bullying Canada and saying things like that. So Canada is our closest ally as the United States. We share a border. We do tons and tons of trade. Now Trump's threatening them with 25% tariffs. Had, what's his name? Justin Trudeau fly to Mar-a-Lago to bend the knee and whatever got in his mind about this 51st state and how funny this is. Well, it's pretty enraging, and it really feels like with Pluto at the last degree of Capricorn, I thought it wasn't going to be strong enough because Donald Trump is such a Pluto at 29-degree Capricorn, this bloated, greedy, everything, crisis and decay Capricorn figure, being president. And it really feels like us going back to a king kind of thing. When the United States, the American Revolution was to get away from a king, and now it feels like, oh great, the American people maybe have decided to go back to a king. You can't see the chat. You know what? I don't know what's going on with Instagram today. Oh, other people's messages. It's IG is all messed up. I tried to come on here earlier and I couldn't do my live. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Yeah. Yeah. No, Canada's not the 51st state, and it's very offensive, and it's just, it's so uncalled for. This is Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. He's just shooting off his mouth. Mars retrograde in Leo, attacking, which is nothing good is coming of this, except him massaging his ego and people around him, like telling him how funny he is or whatever they do, and how great it is that he's bullying Canada. Anyway, so that we're seeing that in this transit, the Venus opposite Mars oppositions are coming from other people. He's attacking our ally and talking smack. So another one that is related to him as well is, so Don Jr., his son, and his girlfriend or fiance, Kimberly Guilfoyle, have supposedly broken up, and she's going to be the ambassador to Greece. So it feels like, okay, my son's relationship, Venus, has broken up, and so I'm going to give her this gift to keep quiet, Mercury retrograde, about all the stuff she knows. And yeah, Sagittarius, send her on a long journey over to Greece and get her out of his hair kind of thing. So that's another thing that showed up in the news about this Venus opposite Mars. Another one, if anybody's been following this, Hannah, she's from Hawaii, and she just disappeared from the airport. Yeah, it's really interesting. She and her father went to try to find her, and she's in Mexico, and there's been this huge hunt trying to find her. Well, she has surfaced now and let her family know she's okay with the Venus opposite Mars. She's like, and Venus, sextile Mercury retrograde. She's like called her family to let them know she's okay. This woman who was suspected of being a crime victim has let them know she's okay. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, Meta crashed this morning. Yep. Everything. A warm. Wait, let me go back to the comments. I'm missing something in the comments. Oh, yeah. You said what I was doing. Okay. I don't know whose tan you're talking about, but anyway. Okay, well, hopefully so yeah, really notice what you're seeing around. Notice what deals people are making with Venus sextile Mercury retrograde, because if this is not the best day to make a deal, because somebody may back out of it or may be delayed or what have you, as well as yes. yes. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna pull the cards now. This whole day is kind of a skedaddle. Okay. Voices of the Soul's Oracle is what we're going to be using. It's by Isabel Surf. It's a rock pool deck. I really, really love it. Highly Okay. Yes. Yeah. That thing about Canada is just ridiculous. Okay. So Aries, we're going to start with Aries. You're going to listen for your sun, moon, and rising for a 3-card reading. Oh, and I totally forgot my announcement. On Saturday, I'm part of a Kepler College free webinar about, we're going to look back at 2024 and then talk about first quarter of 2025, what's coming up. So you can sign up at the link in my bio for the free webinar. Yes, you can. Okay, let's see. I love these cards. This is what the back looks like. And let's pull for Aries. What's your card? Ooh, so Aries your card is, it's not me. That's so funny for Aries. So what I'll do is I'll read for if you're an Aries sun, moon, or rising, consider if this connects with you what your higher self wants you to know. It's card number 8. It's not me. It's you, not me. So your soul is saying that you're not connecting to me at the moment. You may feel like a spectator in your own life, where you feel you don't recognize yourself in your thoughts, actions, and reactions. A part of you isn't grounded or centered. You're not yourself. This is not negative, but it's time to take a break and meditate on any sources of disconnection. Yeah. There is no single way to come back home to ourselves. It's up to you to come back to me. Yeah, so this is a great opportunity for thinking about how are you not connected to yourself at this moment, using this Mercury and Mars retrograde. And Mercury retrograde. Retrogrades invite us to go internal, and Mars rules Aries. So think about how do you feel like you're not connected to, or not acting in, or not speaking in accordance with who you truly are, and do some evaluation. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that is a fire sign response. Yeah. Okay. Taurus. Oh, Taurus, your card is communication. How interesting. Okay, Taurus, let's see. What do you need to know about communication? Is there someone you need to communicate with? To talk to me, you need to talk to yourself. The time has come to write. I know you have trouble expressing what you want and feel in words, so write or draw if it's easier for you. This is an important time for Taurus is to do some writing and communication with your higher self. And that's perfect a thing for Mercury retrograde. Yeah. You're right, Catherine. I know. Okay. Oh, Gemini is education. Gemini, education, what a Gemini word. And Jupiter's in Gemini right now. So let's see. You have learned to wear a mask when you're in contact with others. Learn to show some things, but keep others to yourself. Learn to rely on what others want. Learn to take all criticism into account, even if it's not constructive. These things you have learned disrupt our connection. Today, release all the things you have learned that are no longer serving you or have a meaning to you. So this is about reevaluating all the things, all the messages you've gotten throughout your life about who you are or what you've been told, or it's really a good time to rediscover your inner beauty and release these things. Rebuild your frame of reference and allow your ideas and wants to flourish. What a beautiful Mercury retrograde thing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, good. There's a bunch of Sag risings. Ah, Cancer. The word is help. So for Cancers, you can think about, oh, do you need some help with Venus? Venus sextile Mercury. This is a great time to reach out and ask for help. But remember to have healthy boundaries and not like try to help someone who doesn't need your help with the opposition to Mars. So yeah, think about that. Think about the word help. And as a Cancer, are you sometimes overly helpful where people who maybe aren't really needing the help because it gives you validation to be so giving and nurturing, a Cancer word. I say this as a Cancer rising. These are the things that are coming to me. Ah, Leo, abundance. With Mars retrograde in your sign, it's a great time to think to turn to abundance within. And Mars in Leo is related to the Six of Wands, which is the victory card. So you can be celebrating some inner victories. Like, what is something that just really, really feeling good about it? Ah, and this says your soul you can have everything you need, but please listen. A part of your energy is flowing too quickly, and because of this, maybe you're not fully connected to your higher self. So this is a wonderful time for Leos to remember you can slow down, go within, think about some inner victories. What abundance do you want? How do you need to change your actions to get there, and that sort of thing. Okay. Ah, Virgo, the word is soon. How interesting that soon is a word for Virgo, because soon the South Node goes into Virgo on January 11th, and that can be a wonderful time for us to be excavating, and we'll be like faced with some of the shadow energies, and that it's a good time to really release them. So you can think about, do you need to release perfectionism or overworking or overanalyzing or anxiety? These can be all these things that soon you're really going to have an opportunity to really reflect on and do some releasing with. And it's never too late. That comes to me with that soon. It's never too late. And with your chart ruler retrograde, it's really a great time for internal excavation, Virgo. Okay. So for Libra, you're supposed to just look at this card and what does your psychic senses tell you it means? Spiritual message. So look at this and what message comes to you. And this is very personal. When you get the black cards, it's like you're supposed to look at it, meditate on it, and think of like, what is your higher self telling you that you need to know? Scorpio, you got reunion. Reunion. And look at the lions on the card, or the whatever. There's some kind of cat. 27. Let me see what reunion says. Maybe someone is your ex in your DMs or something like that. Because, this is about being beautifully united with your higher self or somebody coming back to you. So this could be like, is there a friend you haven't talked to in a long time? Or a lover you want to slide into their DMs or something like that. Or maybe your inner child. Yeah. I love that. I went and saw Wicked. And I love that part where she's falling and she sees herself as a young person, and she reconnects with her inner child, and it helps her to fly. Ooh, okay. So Sagittarius, your card is fears. Interesting with this new moon squaring Saturn we had a week ago. Saturn is about fear. So notice if what things are surfacing, are they something to really be fearful for or just to let go of? And there's nothing to fear, but fear itself comes to me with that card. Let's see if it says anything else I want to bring up. Let's see, fears. Yeah, is there anything that's freezing you? Yeah, and there's a lot of, like, for Sagittariuses and all of the mutable signs. So this new moon squared Saturn in Pisces. So Sagittarius and Pisces square, and then Sagittarius is opposite Jupiter. So Jupiter is opposite. And sometimes oppositions, can you feel like everyone else is getting what they want but you? Is that something you're feeling, Sagittarius? Yeah, think about what fears have been coming up for you. Yeah, and this card is an invitation to not run away from any kind of fears, but think about it. And are you fearful for, what's coming? And all of this kind of stuff, the future. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, hi, K-Word. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, you're a Libra midheaven. Oh, good. I'm so glad you saw something significant. Oh, a Black Panther. Thank you. Yes. Yes, Grace, that's a panther. I love that you're uniting with abundance. Okay. Okay. Great. Capricorn. Okay. This is one of these where you're supposed to, what does this mean? And it says, and you're supposed to connect in your psychic senses. So Capricorn, message to pass on. So I'm wondering, do you feel like when you look at this, you get a message from someone who's passed on? Or do you get a message that maybe you want to share with someone? Or, what is this? What comes to your conscious attention right away as a message that you need to hear or pass on? Great. Let's see. Aquarius. Aquarius, you get one of these too. So what message comes to you? You get a free message. The best things in life are free. What comes to you with this? There's the ram there. Is there somewhere where you feel like you're hitting your head against the wall? Maybe you get some guidance for what your next step should be. Yes, we did, Leo, Nadia. It was abundance was your card. Abundance. So these you can get 3 words. Yeah, so a couple of people put your sun, moon, and rising in, and I'll do a few combining them. Okay. Preferably in the question mark. Okay. Pisces, forgiveness. This is so great for Pisces. That forgiveness is a Pisces word. What do you need to forgive yourself for? Yes. Are you holding on to guilt? Pisces can sometimes be guilt-ridden. So letting go of any kind of guilt. Okay, so Kenda Marie is a Pisces sun, Aquarius moon, and a Gemini rising. Oh, I love this. Okay, so the key message is for forgiveness, and think about whatever it is that you felt guilty about or you've been hard on yourself about, that it's part of our education through life, like where we have difficulties but we learn from them, and when we know better, we do better. And then free message. What is this? It looks like the ram from Aries. Like it's in the past. Let's start anew. Let's move on. Let's forgive ourselves, and we know better now, and we'll do better in the future. And yeah, Yeah, I think that's really what the message coming in for you. Okay, Christine, you've got a Cancer sun, a Libra rising, and a Capricorn moon. Oh, you got two of these messages. Help, spiritual message, and free message. Oh no, message to pass on. Okay, I want you to really, maybe when you go to bed tonight, as a Cancer sun, ask for one of your ancestors as you're sleeping, to get a message from one of your ancestors. That's what I'm getting from that. Absolutely. Ask, believe, receive, especially, and if you want to be specific about if there's something you're struggling with, a decision, or what's your next step is, ask like a loving member of your family who's passed on to come visit you and give you that message. Yes. Okay. Oh, Jojo is a Libra sun, a Taurus moon, and Aquarius rising. You got two of these too. Okay. You got a spiritual message, communication, and free message. So I want you to do that free writing exercise where you're just writing about, I want you to write a love letter to yourself and really notice what comes through, and just do free form writing. And I think things will come through. Maybe even pull like an oracle or a tarot card and then write about that. And if you don't want to do a love letter to yourself, I think that's what you can do with that. Okay, Beth is a Scorpio sun. Scorpio sun and moon, and Sag rising. Ooh, okay. So you got reunion and fears. So is there something in a relationship where you really feel like there's this internal call about something you want to talk about, or something that you need, or something that you would like to request? It could be a friend, it could be a lover, it could be a parent, a child, or what have you. But you're holding yourself back from having the conversation because of fear of how they would react. And maybe that's a call for you that this is important communication, and maybe write it down first in a way, and when you approach them, maybe wait till Mercury's direct. So think about it for a few days, and at the full moon, maybe it's a sibling with the moon in Gemini, or a neighbor that you really need to discuss something with them. Like I have this neighbor who leaves all this junk in the hall. I mean, I'm not going to talk to them about it, but I really wish they would put their stuff in their house. But maybe if I run into them, I'll say something, say something in a polite way. But it's an eyesore. So anyway, that's my story. But you can think about it. Yeah, I think I did yours, Grace. Okay, Yvonne, Leo. And I'm not doing these in any order. I'm just letting spirit guide me. Leo, sun, Pisces, moon, and Capricorn. Ooh. Okay. Is there someone who has passed on, or like an elder, like a parent or a grandparent or a great-grandparent, or someone that may have treated you poorly in some ways, that you're holding on to some resentments about? I think it's like this call for forgiveness related to this person. Whether you need to, I feel like my intuition is you forgiving them will bring abundance in your life. Letting go, cutting the cord with this anger, with Mars retrograde, will heal you rather than, So think about that. And forgiveness doesn't mean you forget or that what they did was okay, but you're like cutting this spiritual connection that's harming you in some way by holding on to the anger, is what I'm getting from that. Okay, Servantra, you got Leo sun, Aries moon, and Sag rising. Interesting. Leo sun, abundance, it's not me, and fears. This to me is like, are you fearful that the abundance that you cannot manifest what you really want for yourself? It's not me. I don't have the ability to have all these things I want. I want you to discard this imposter syndrome or not feeling like you're good enough or just feeling unlucky, whatever it is you're feeling. Especially as a Sag rising with the Jupiter going through your 7th house. This can be bringing abundance through other people. Maybe if you're like with Aries, you feel like you always have to do it yourself. Maybe you just need that help is available. You just need to reach out. But abundance is available to you. And if things have been difficult, you know, Saturn and Neptune coming together can be about making your dreams, Neptune, a reality. Saturn. Now, it's going to be difficult. It's not, Saturn's earned success, unlike Jupiter, which is just, luck, opportunity, and having, like, it just drops in your lap sometimes with Jupiter. With Saturn, you got to work for it. So this is really a great time for you with Mars retrograde to be thinking about making your plan about how you want to build yourself some abundance in the coming, with the new energy coming in 2025. I feel like Uranus and Gemini, this is just intuitive, is going to be potentially helpful for you to do some maybe pattern breaking or thought process breaking, and unexpected windfalls can come in with hard work that you put in, and that's Uranus goes into Gemini next summer. So everything you're doing in preparation for that may bring in some abundance for you. That's what I got. Yeah, that's my intuition. Yeah, lots of fire signs. Yeah. Okay, so Leche, you're Pisces, Gemini, and Taurus. Gemini and Taurus. Forgiveness, education, communication. Forgiveness, education, communication. I feel like, this may be totally off, but if you like, I should have finished that degree or something like that, I feel like this is a time to, and like you feel like, I would be communicating these certain things so much better if I'd finished my education. I think this is about forgiving yourself about that. And if there's something that you feel like you could be better at communicating, like what, you could just go on YouTube and Google, how can I be better at this? Or you can think about, ChatGPT can be really great to like give you ideas for how to say something. And this can be about using other tools. So, forgiving yourself if you weren't the best at communicating something in the past, but you're going to educate yourself so that you can communicate it better in the future. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. And yeah, have a beautiful rest of the day. Oh, good. I'm glad you're feeling activated now. You Googled how to build community today. I love that. Okay, great. You're very welcome. Okay, you take good care, and I had to postpone Friday. I didn't have to postpone, but my guest had to postpone Friday, so I'll be back next week. But who knows? Maybe I'll pop in unexpectedly. Okay, take good care.